Alright gamers, welcome to my Ashe 13.17 gameplay guide. What is going on here? We're going to be playing Ashe Pike into Jhin Lux. Runes we're going to be running are Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Legend Bloodline, Coup de Grace, Approach Velocity, and Magical Footwear. You can use these runes pretty much every single game. You can also just... There are certain builds where you could rush Bork. If you were to do that, I would recommend switching out Bloodline for Alacrity, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, this rune works for every game and every build. What that we're going to be running today is going to be Triforce, which is the best Ashe mythic on the current patch. And throughout this video, I'll try and highlight some tips and tricks to help you succeed on Ashe. It's fine, we should still, yep, at least be able to force the flash there. Alright, we want to try and cover Pike here by going on the ADC in particular. Well, covered him as best as I can. Might be able to actually kill Jhin here? Nah, he has heal. Okay, not too bad. What am I gonna do with flash? He wants me to all in. And I might get hit by a Lux Q and die. Okay, Lux is real overextending here with, like, into the wave, so this is something I can really punish. And she's dead. Now I can maybe get Pike here too, or Jhin rather. Beautiful. Alright, that's how we do it. Nice and patient, not flashing at the first hint of a potential kill. And I still get to keep flash after all that. But yeah, Ashe is one of the best ADCs at punishing overextensions, like you saw from the Lux. If they walk too far forwards, they won't really get to reach their turret before they're dead. You need to make sure you're abusing that, and not just like punishing with 2 autos and then just letting them go. It's a shame we didn't base on just slightly more gold so we can get the doom cover, but it's not a big deal. Guess we'll do this, should be fine. This will give us enough loss hitting power to loss hit the casters comfortably under turret. I'm gonna be doing Kovarak and Slayer Rush this game. If their comp was like entirely fully squishy and not having one tank on the top lane, we could also consider doing Static Shiv and Triforce. I don't like... I'm a big fan of Static Shiv on Ashe in general, but not too much when combined with Triforce because they're both fairly low DPS items. I mean, Triforce is amazing, but not because of its damage, you know, a lot of the value comes from the movement speed, the tankiness, the cooldowns. Not actually a good tank shredder build, so especially if the enemy comp is actually going to be super tanky, you would actually want to consider something else like crit or on hit. But against one tank it should work, but I'd rather not combine it with another lowish DPS item like Static Shiv. We're going to want to do Kraken Slayer. We'll just take it slow right now, just lost it as comfortably as we can on the turret. Our Pike is here. Okay, not gonna lead to anything this time though. That is Pike or Jhin overextending though, so we punish this. And we do not let go. He should be dead, he's got no summoners. He's gonna die. Lux should also have been leaving him to die, because now we can hopefully kill her as well. Perfect, that's the power of Ashe. They make one mistake and they are dead. It's a slow death, it's not a one shot, but it is a death. This is how you deal damage in Ashe. Even though her DPS, or her overall damage, is not as high as other ADCs, her agency to deal damage is quite high. We're gonna focus on shoving one more wave here, just to make sure it's a proper crash. I hope they don't need my help for the Drake. I'm gonna use E in advance. Just gonna focus on getting the cannon down in case they actually do need my help for the Drake. Oh, I may have missed this. Damn. Okay, I think they got him anyway. Nice. Oh, I actually got an assist. Okay, they have that. Oh. Guess I won't be able to base here then. I'll drop a ward there before I leave. I may as well get the ward on cooldown anyway, since I'm sitting on 2 wards. I'm gonna have to drop a wave here, but I think it would be fairly greedy to stick around in lane there. Sitting on 1600 gold. My objective here should be to base as soon as possible so I can spend that gold, get it in my inventory, and start using that item advantage to just start snowballing further. If I was to want to get a good base, it would take me a long time to get that. A long time where I'm not abusing my gold advantage. So I'd rather just drop a wave in this particular circumstance. Okay, actually, because we have an engaged support in Pike, we don't want to actually be pushing the wave. Hitting that minion was a mistake. We want to be slow pushing. Slow pushing or freezing are the ideal wave states when you have a hook support. This forces the enemies to have to walk up, being overextended. This is also what Pike, like, what Pike is doing now is also not what we want for the matchup. He jumped to the wrong side of the minion wave there. Alright, so at this point, we want to focus on crashing this as soon as possible, because the sooner it crashes, the sooner it can bounce back, and we can go back into that slow push state. At the moment, the wave is just too far forwards to really be a threat to them, so we want to change that by pushing and resetting the state. This could be good though. Oh, I meant to hit Jin. Okay, that's fine. Not bad, not bad. Fortunately, okay, so actually at this point I would actually just like to keep on pushing now that they're low, because we may have the chance to dive, especially when Pike is level 6. There's also the fact that they may choose to base here because they're low, in which case we can deny more farm by shoving. And also get that plating. Okay, so Jin is still here, Lux is still here, both super low. This is going to be an easy dive, even if Pike doesn't have level 6. That's one kill. Does the other one die now? Yep, double kill for me. Awesome. If they had not been low though, we just focus on the slow push. And we crash the slow push only when the wave is now in a state where there's just no room to abuse them. Alright, we want to base now. We're not going to be able to get much platings while the Pike is defending, or Phallus. So we got the Kraken Slayer, now we can start headed towards the Trinity Force. You can also just rush the Trinity Force. It should be decent, like it's a pretty good first item power spike, but a lot of it just comes from, obviously a lot of the power comes from the things I mentioned, the tankiness, the ability haste, so it may not be your ideal choice for snowballing. But it can also be, because it gives so much tankiness though, it can also be really good for like protecting your shutdown, for example. Also for dealing with like burstier bot lanes. This is sort of bursty, but I'm not really worried about it because I have cleanse. Don't even need to use that here. Nice one. I've also got the ultimate, so we can try and like bait Jin to overextend if he wants to farm, and then I can try and ult him. There's also the chance we could dive out. The only reason I'm not just shoving and calling for a dive is because my Pike is obviously not very pre-made. I don't know if he would actually dive if I ping him to dive. And just crashing the wave. We'll just hand Jin free farm. Oh. Okay, nice. I'd like to get the splitting if possible. Okay, so she's a little bit slow. That should make it easier for a Pike to land the Q. Alright, no worries. We see the enemy jungler on... Huh? I see a ward icon on the map there. Weird. We see the enemy jungler top side, so we know we're safe here. We're gonna go back to slow pushing.
Gods and spirits guide us.
Even if I'm 1v2 here, this is probably a good fight. Exactly. Oh, my bad. And, okay, she's dead, and I should hopefully be fine here. That's fine. So long as... Oh. Damn it, I didn't mean to get hit by that. I was gonna say, so long as he's not near his first shot, then I'm fine. I saw that it was on 2 shots, so I was starting to back off. Now I'm gonna be in trouble regardless of whether he has 4th shot or not after getting hit by the Q, so that's my bad. We're gonna have to just base now. Yeah, I mainly recommend the Triforce build against comps where you are like it's gonna be hard for you to avoid taking damage. Like for example, against assassins, it's gonna be decent in this game because Syndra can sometimes be unavoidable. Can sometimes be hard to avoid Lux Qs, and she unleashes a full burst on you. You're gonna be much tankier against the burst combos of Syndra and Lux. It's definitely like a lot worse though in traditional like front to back games where the enemies don't have easy access on you. Because if you're not getting touched anyway, then the HP has no value, and then you're just dealing less damage for no reason. If you want to do a more DPS focused build, the one I would most strongly advise is any starting crit item like Kraken Slayer or Static Shiv into Gale Force. Gale Force is really good on Ashe because it gives her more sticking power through the movement speed. That is personally my favorite crit Ashe build. And then if their comp is like ridiculously tanky, like with a Cho'Gath or a Scion, and potentially even more tanks aside from that, then what I would recommend is Bork into Ginsu's. That is the best anti-tank build, just purely because Bork itself is such a good anti-tank item. Playing with fire here, but I'm fairly ahead to the point where I'm sure I would win 1v2. Alright. We finish Lux, and hopefully we can get Jhin now too. God, he's fast. Yeah, could maybe kill him by flashing on him, but I don't find that worth the risk. I got plenty of kills already. I'm not desperate for another 300 gold. At this point, I'd rather save my flash for protecting my shutdown. Stronger, or the bigger your shutdown, the less important it is to be flashing after more kills compared to just saving it to save yourself. We got a really good amount of platings here, though. Yeah, obviously if I wasn't so ahead, we'd be playing a lot more defensively while the Pyke is roaming. Fortunately, because we got such a lead before we started roaming, we're just at the point where we can easily 1v2. So we don't have to concede any pressure just because Pyke is roaming. I could even just try and go for Pyke, Jhin here. We can see Lux is in the river. Poor guy seemed to be AFK. Oh well. Yeah, we knew it was, even though I've got like a ton of gold that I haven't spent, I was still confident about going for that since we saw Lux in the river. So it was gonna be 1v1. And tons of unspent gold or not, I could still easily take Jhin in that 1v1. So I got Poppy on the way, but I think I'm fine here. I think she's gonna die, I hope. She's 3-1. Yeah, she does not have the facilities to take down this Ashe. Can maybe go for another Wayfarer. I'm gonna use another E just to check, mainly for the Silas or the Syndra. Potentially one of those could have a chance of killing me here on this wave. Seem to be fine though. Nice one. God, we have such a huge amount of gold now. We're gonna upgrade to blue trinket, and Phantom Lancer Thread is a pretty typical choice to do after the Triforce, and it's a pretty good item on Ashe. You can also do Runeans. We may just do Runeans here so we have some better wave clear. Since because this build sacrifices a little bit of single target damage with the Triforce, our wave clear is not that amazing, so we could do with the Runeans for some better wave clear. Since single target damage is basically wave clear for ADCs. And we're running a little bit low on that with this build. Let me just check, I'm not getting ganked here. Oh, I meant to use E, but I don't have it up. Just use that. Okay. We can definitely try and make a play here. Oh, hello. We're fine. Let's see if we can get anybody else here. So I could flash after her, but I really don't find that worth it. Oh, and apparently we can maybe get her without it. Yep, there we go.
Are all Southerners so weak?
Our flash is just being mainly used for defensive purposes at this stage. Don't even need to cleanse that or anything. Even if she bursts me, I still wouldn't die. There we go. Yeah, whether you're going for Phantom Dance or Runance, both are pretty good items on Ashe. We mentioned that Ashe really loves Sticking Power, hence why Guild Force is so good on her. Well, that also obviously applies to other Zeal upgrades. Farkanen, and technically it also applies to Farkanen, but I feel like Farkanen is mainly just a budget version of Phantom Dance or Runance for Ashe. She doesn't really have much reason to want the extra range. Can help sometimes, but definitely nobody really uses it on her, even if there's some potential to it. Because, I mean, one upside of it, obviously, is that if you have more range to apply an auto from, you can chase people from further away, but this is not the video to experiment. This is just where we're going through the standard Ashe items, so... Okay, fourth item. You could absolutely just do whichever you didn't do between Runance or Phantom Dancer. Looking at their comp, I don't really need Armor Pen, but I think I could do with some Lifesteal. Just to make sure, because especially when you're really ahead... your damage is going to be sufficient. So when your damage is sufficient, then you can start to consider other alternative choices, such as more utility-based things, or especially more defensive-based things, like lifesteal, like GA, like QSS. Because it doesn't matter that you're sacrificing some damage if you're so fed that your damage is more than fine anyway, right? So because I'm really ahead this game, I'm just going to go for lifesteal. Otherwise, I would probably just do Phantom Dancer. And obviously, Bloodthirster itself is also a very good damage choice once you've actually finished it. Oh. Just gonna Tranquil Solace here before he ults me. There we go. I think I might have been fine even if he did, though, to be fair. My entire team was surrounding me by that point. Hello. Just a little bit of a punish there, then we back off. Syndra used D, right? I think she did. Oh, ooh, I did get her. Nice one. Now, because I'm so tanky, even if Talia showed up here, oh, probably still would have been fine. Looks like I'm still fine here as well. That ult came a bit late. Or a bit early, depending on what way you want to look at it. Need to not get hit by a Z here, that's the most important thing. Nice, okay, so we've been holding on to that flash for like 10 minutes now, I want to say. You can see that if I hadn't used flash to dodge a Z there, I would have potentially been hit by a Z and then I might have died. And that 1000 gold swing would be a much greater swing than anything I could have used my flash for previously. So it's good that we can avoid that. Perfect. I need just 2500 gold for Bloodthirster. Alright, she's dead. No need to use ult on her. Maybe we can ult Silas though? Ooh. Does it help him escape? No. Alright, I can go ahead and base now. I've got enough for Bloodthirster. Would be greedy to do anything while I'm sitting around on 2800 gold.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
What the hell?
In the north, a great chieftain is called.
Okay, I'm gonna get the wolves while I'm pathing towards the Baron. This mid wave is gone anyway. Nobody can farm that at the moment. Can also maybe do Gromp, I guess. Wolves, Gromp, and Goto Crab, and then we should be good to do Baron as a team. Or maybe we're just gonna fight, although the ideal call should be Baron. I'm just gonna start pinging Baron. We should still be able to do it, even one person down. Come on, guys. This is just purely because I'm so ahead that I'm confident we can do this, even while down a person. Try and tank this as well so that Echo isn't so low. Nice. Okay, next strike is up in 17. I'm gonna start pathing towards that. It's not too important for me to base at the moment. I'm gonna go for the Raptors as well. Actually, I could just start the Drake by myself. But whatever, I've already started the Raptors. Nice, and now we just want to go to any lane that isn't mid lane. So we can start pushing with the Baron buff. I recommend going bot. Pretty sure that inhib isn't respawning anytime soon, so it's a waste going mid. Going mid is basically choosing to fight them at their Nexus turrets. We have to rotate over to help the team though, and maybe... I mean, the fight is probably going to work out anyway, but... There's no reason for their team to actually fight us here. Ah, missed my ult. Oh well. Okay. It is a bit of an impatient approach to ending the game compared to just pushing bot, but... I mean, it works sometimes. It's just when it doesn't work and you end up throwing that it can be really annoying. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, gamers.